Hey, 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 good evening. I hope you are doing well. Some last minute getting ready here. Welcome. Cheers, guys. I hope you have a drink. I hope you've grabbed a drink as we do here. Nigerian ExJW speaks, otherwise known as Chigo here. Let me just check I am live properly and I have sound and everything before I get going, so bear with me. Oh, I don't want that one. I'm just checking on here. Let's see, do we have sound? Are we connected? Okay, there we go. Right, so channel. I'm in. It's just taking a moment to get ready to come in. Let's see.
Right,
Okay, we are live. Excellent, excellent. So I can crack on then. So as you see, it's my birthday today. It's my birthday today. So it's very exciting. It's almost the end of the day here. It's been a really good day. And considering, the sort of lockdown that we're in. So here in the UK, we have it in tiers. So tiers 1 to 4. We are in tier 3, which is the second to the highest in the city where I live. So not really a much you can do. Not really a lot you can do. But considering, we have made the most of it and it's been a really good day. So I hope everyone is having a good break. And Christmas has come and gone. Whatever you did, if you do it now or you still don't do it, I hope it's a restful time for you. I know there's people celebrating all sorts of things actually at this time of the year. So whatever it is you're doing, I hope you're enjoying it. Now, so we have this live stream on the last Sunday of every month. At the same time, come here and sort of catch up on the month that is finishing. And this happens to be, of course, the last Sunday of not just the month, but also of this whole, what do we call this year? The last Sunday of this crazy year that has been 2020. So it's mixed feelings, actually. So, of course, there's been a lot of things that have happened and people have been affected to different extents. So for some people, nothing pretty much changed for them. For some others, it's completely flipped their lives upside down. And so for me, it's sort of a mixed bag. In the day to day, I've been fortunate in terms of the livelihood and things like that. That's not been such an impact. It's more sort of on the social side of things, people that we can't see and how that's impacted things. But actually, it's been quite a year of awakening in a lot of ways, and really looking at the world through different lenses and seeing how people connect and don't connect. So it's been very significant, and in a lot of ways, I am grateful for this year and the things that I have had my eyes open to and I've learned, and things that I now think about and part of my consciousness. So I feel like I'm being quite airy-fairy, but yes. So rather than just reminiscing about December, I thought since it's my birthday, I'm going to talk about birthdays because, if you've come from the Jehovah's Witness faith like I have, birthdays is not something that we celebrated growing up. So this is still fairly new territory. And so I thought we'll together take a trip down memory lane on birthdays and share some of the ones that I can remember, some of the ones that stood out, why they stood out, and sort of wrap it up with just some information that I found out yesterday about my birthday. And I will put the link. It's so good. I've got hot chocolate today. I will put the link to this live stream if you did want to come in and chime in, share your stories as well. I would love to hear that. Let me see. Let me see if I can grab the link just for a moment. So if you'd like to jump on and chime in, let's have a chat. That would be excellent. So invite a guest. So there's the link right there. So let's pop that in here. There we go. Excellent. Okay, that's in. So birthdays. Now I'm gonna start a bit of a funny story actually, which is quite embarrassing to think about. Up until 2008, for some reason, don't ask me why, I thought I was born in October. I had the date right, but the month completely off. I don't know why that was. In hindsight, I don't know if I can't even say this was it, but I don't know if I was confusing the month of my baptism with the month of my birthday. Very bizarre. So I thought I was born in October up until 2008 when it was time to travel over here and we had to do some official paperwork. My dad gets this document because for some reason I don't have a birth certificate, and ask me why, never seen one. So what he had to do was actually sign an affidavit in lieu of a birth certificate. There wasn't one, just to confirm that yes, this is my daughter, her father, she was born on such and such a date. And that's how I realized I was actually born in December. Crazy. So that really rocked my world. Not that it was a big deal, you know, of course, I wasn't celebrating yet, but that was a bit of an embarrassing story. But yeah, so it's only in the last 12 years, you know, more than halfway through my life that I realized actually I had my birth month completely wrong. Do you guys have any crazy stories like this? Let me know. It's probably a JW thing. I don't mean they're getting it wrong. The fact that it's so insignificant that you can get the month completely wrong and it's not a big deal. Nobody flags anything until official documents sort of have to bring it to light. Completely crazy. And so that's a funny story to start with. One of the first years that really sticks out for me, the ones that felt like they went on forever, 8. I felt like I was 8 for so long. Oh, thank you, Denise. Yes, thank you so much. I just feel like for the longest time I kept saying I was 8, I was 8. Does anyone have any ages like that? I just feel like they went on forever. Another one that was like that was 16. Oh my goodness, 16 just went on for so long. It was such a long year, I felt like. Not because anything particularly dramatic was happening, but it just felt like it went on forever. I think those are the only two that I felt like that. That just felt like, when does it change over? It's, you know, like when you're waiting for the clocks to change to the new time. Yeah, so just waiting for that to change. Now, of course, like I mentioned not that long ago, when you are a witness, birthdays are insignificant. So there was nothing being celebrated. It was very, very uneventful. They just come and go, despite the fact that it's been so close, you know, to this Christmas time. So there was all this stuff going on. Of course, when you're born in, you don't think you're missing out on anything. You know, if you don't know, if you've never had something, you don't miss it, right? You don't know what you're missing. So it wasn't anything significant per se, but thank you so much. But one that sticks out, so if we skip past from 16, we get on to 25. 25 was one for the first time ever. I was sad about a birthday. And looking back, I think it was the thing about being a quarter of a century in my mind at the time. And I just remember being very sad about it, very sad about turning 25, which is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous to think about. But that was one that really stuck out. At that time, I was on paper no longer attending meetings or you know, field service. I can't speak today. So I was physically out. I was still mentally in. So it wasn't a thing of celebration. It was just sadness that we're 25. Silly things. The next one that sticks out would be 27. That was a year there were a lot of things happening. I was trying to do the maths before this video because I think, let me see, 27 for that birthday. So that would have been, there we go. Okay, yeah. So it was coming up to a period of a lot of change. So I shaved my hair on that birthday. I was doing it for charity. It was this charity that looks after orphans in Kenya. And so they essentially fund education mainly. It's the main thing. So they pay things like school fees, buy uniforms, and they've even managed to collaborate with a school. And so they were actually helping to build a classroom. And I think I raised £600 for that. I think that was the goal. We may have even done over that. So on that actual birthday, I went to a friend's, we had a clipper and we shaved it all completely off. Like, if I can find a photo somewhere, I will share that with you. But that was quite a thing. And actually looking back, off the back of that birthday, went to the research, doing that thing that was what I thought was very meaningful, very useful. I think part of that started then the following year, because it was right at the end of 2017. The following year was when I started the research into the witness faith, and okay, let's really look at this in detail, because it felt there's something about shaving the hair that just gives you a fresh start and makes you want to look at things. And that was part of what started that. So that was another one that really stood out to me, because I was turning 27 and it was on the 27th. I felt like it was significant. And so to do something meaningful and something useful with it. The next birthday that is, one that really stood out as a year of a lot was 30. So the 30th one, it's one of those big deal ones, right? It's a big number. It's like a significant thing, and we are a few years in at this point, from feeling free to actually celebrate it, to mark it, to not feel weird about it. Mind you, I still have a ways to go in terms of the execution, and how you actually make it something. But at least the guilt is gone. The guilt of wanting to, celebrate and acknowledge that here's another year that has gone by and I'm here, and being able to look back on the years gone by and what's come off that. It's so I would tend to get really, really reflective and sort of going back in time and thinking, right, where did we want to be? Where are we at now? Does anybody else do that? I'm sure I'm not the only one. So that was last year, 30. And what a year we've had, eh? And if you've just joining now, you probably missed me saying that it's been a year of awakening to a lot of things. So it's almost the equivalent of the do we want to call it spiritual or religious awakening that happened as I was researching the witness faith. So the same thing, but more on the cultural level. The cultural issues with race, just really seeing things clearly. And it's been quite a ride. I think for a lot of us, hopefully, this year would have gone a long way to teach us about what's important, or who is important, who those people are. And it may not be what you think, and things may not seem the way they are, and the things that matter may have shifted. So I think this one just gone is like it's a significant one. So today we're turning 31, and we're really fully entering the whole 30 phases. And something that I'm really pleased about, because if you missed when I was talking about 25 and the overwhelming sadness that I felt on that birthday, that's gotten better and better. And now being able to celebrate it and knowing that no, I would not want to go back to something else. And I think that's a really good sign. That's a sign of things adjusting and things aligning to what you want them to be. So just yesterday, to wrap up all this birthday talk, just last night, those of you in the US, you probably know this more. I finally was listening to something and heard someone explain Kwanzaa. If anybody else or already knows that, put a comment and let me know. But I may have heard it in passing before, but not really paid attention to it. But yesterday I listened, and apparently it's this celebration that happens from the 26th of December to the 1st of January. It has African roots, and I just realized that the second day of Kwanzaa, let me get my notes, see, which apparently it's called Kujichagulia, if I'm saying that right. I'm probably butchering that. So the second day of Kwanzaa, which is today, is actually in English self-determination. And how apt, not just for me, but for any of us here who were raised in the witness faith or raised in any group like that have found their way out. That is the ultimate self-determination, to walk away from something so controlling and forging your own path and making your own way and deciding for yourself. That is self-determination. If that isn't, then I don't know what is. And it's really something to celebrate. The not just the presence of mind, but the courage and the strength to walk away from something like that and making life as you want it. And it's important to do that. You know, it's important to not just walk away and just stay there, but like go on to the next thing and make that what you want to be. So self-determination indeed. It feels very apt, very appropriate, and really is going to give me a lot to think about, because, you know, like I said, I get reflective around the birthdays, especially as it coincides with the end of a year, the start of a new one. Just that moment to stop and think, where do I want to go next? And knowing that, you know, it's up to you. You can self-determine, literally, and start taking steps. Yes, you know, it's good to have people around that will, you know, make that happen, make that possible. But yeah, I was very pleased to hear that. I was pleased to learn that you know, the birthday actually falls on the second day of Kwanzaa, self-determination. So I have a lot more research to do into that. Right up until 1st of January. So I think that was all I had in terms of birthday stuff. I don't know, I was thinking of doing something like things that I've learned from each birthday, but I've gone through the ones that really stick out to me for different reasons, different things across the different times, and just really looking forward to what next, you know, what is coming next. And that is a good feeling. The more I figure out how to celebrate it, you know, the most basic of things, how do you celebrate a birthday? I'm learning. I think it's important to, exactly, Jean, exactly. It's important to make it what you want to be, because it's not necessarily about just copying what everyone else is doing. Acknowledge and celebrate it in a way that means something to you, you know? So I still have a way to go to figure it out. Hopefully before I'm 40, I'll figure it out, because that's like the next big one, right? And of course, for my son, you know, he's going to have a completely different experience than I did, you know, with memories and childhood. For his first birthday, I mean, he's turning 8 in a few days. For his first birthday, I remember having people round. I was very, very new to having left. And one of my best friends, who is unofficially his godmother, whatever that means, she was determined that, you know, we can't just let his first birthday come and go. And so I was torn, because I was still mentally in, even though I was physically out. And so I was like, okay, fine. If you want to do something, I'll let you do it, because I don't want him to suffer from my confusion. And so she had people around, and it's just incredible how things have moved along since then. He's going to have memories of a birthday, memories of being celebrated, you know, like this day is for you, and I'm happy you're here. And that makes me happy, you know, that he's going to have memories of that, where that's his day, something that we don't get when we're raised in a cult like this. And yeah, Jean, I just put your comment up. Yes, absolutely. It's important not to just stop at I have left. You know, it's important to go on to right, what's the next step, and making the most of the life that we have left, because there is a lot of it left. You know, there is a lot left, and we don't want to let them take more than they have already taken. And by they, I mean the governing body. Talking about the governing body, I mean, the only thing that I want to talk about with them today, which I'm sure most people have already heard, the stuff going on in Australia, the fallout of the Australian Royal Commission from about 5 years ago, and the redress scheme that they were given, and a chance to voluntarily contribute towards money to support survivors of abuse that were, how do I put this? That happened within their organization, and they had refused to contribute to that. And that meant that their charity status was at risk. Now, I don't know what's the most up-to-date information on that, but that was just incredible news. That was just one of the best news that I heard in December, hearing that, you know, they could potentially lose their tax exempt status because of that. So I guess watch this space and see what happens. That it's not going to undo what's done. It's not going to take away the memories or the childhoods that have been lost, but maybe it might just be the start of the influence that this group has on people weakening. It might just be what's needed for some members who are in right now to maybe ask more questions, and maybe have some people coming out earlier than they would have. And so I think that's definitely something. That's definitely a good thing, and I hope many countries will follow suit. Excuse me. I heard something about potentially New Zealand is maybe another one to watch for things like this. So that's definitely good news. That's definitely good news. But I don't want to focus on them too much for today, because, you know, it's my birthday. Talking about birthdays, this one of my best friends that I just spoke about, my son's godmother, she actually had a baby on Wednesday this week, so on the 23rd. So we are very close in birthdays, which is exciting. So new birth, new life, you know, something good to end this year on. So it's really exciting. How's everyone been, by the way? Let me look at some comments. I think I still have the link in here. If anyone wants to pop in and have a chat, birthday chat, that would be lovely. I'll put the link up again. But yeah, so that's it there. Let's see. Denise, yes, I already saw that. Thank you very much. David, Precious, thank you so much. It's always good to see you here. Always good to see your comments. Jean, thank you so much. I want to hear anyone has any birthday stories as well. Any birthdays that stood out to you and why? Whether or not that was when you were celebrating. Are you celebrating yet? If you've left, or are you still not up for it? Let me know. Okay. Oh, hi, Daniel. Welcome to the fam. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. I'm guessing you've subscribed then and everything, right? Because we are trying to grow this community, and the more communities like this that are out there, the more okay it is to ask questions. You know, because for most people, the journey to freedom starts with asking questions, and spaces like this normalize that. It's like it puts more faces in front of people that say it's okay to ask questions. There are people that have asked the same questions before, and that's okay. And they're not crazy people, you know, they are normal. I go through what the process was in my waking up video and what that was like. So hopefully you've subscribed and given this a thumbs up. But yeah, thanks for joining us. So were you a witness yourself, or you just interested in JW stuff? Oh, and what is everyone drinking as well? Like I said, I've got hot chocolate today. What's everyone drinking? Oh, something funny today. So what have I been doing? I haven't actually said what I've been doing today. So for this birthday, I thought, you know what? Let's take off a go. So I've been wanting to ride a bike. I know, I'm that person that can't ride a bike. So yesterday, my bike that I ordered was delivered yesterday. And so today I've had some friends round who've been giving me impromptu lessons today on bike riding, which it didn't go as bad as I thought. I fully expected to be falling down like about 10 times today, but only fell once. Only fell once, like a proper fall, and the rest of it was just wobbling off. So I've been learning to ride a bike today. It's those little things, right, that you miss out on. So over the next 2 weeks or so, the plan is to do a little bit each day until I feel stronger and more confident and to do it. And yeah, just especially for the school runs, it will make that a lot easier and make that quicker. So that's what we've been doing. Of course, we had to be outside. Like I said at the start, we are in UK Tier 3 in the city that I'm in. And so there are restrictions on people that can actually come into your home. So if you want to meet people, they kind of do it outside. So we've done that. And went to see the little baby today that I talked about, who was born on Wednesday. So that's been a nice birthday treat as well. Not really much else that can be done. My son made me a present that I woke up to, which is really lovely. Something he's been working on for the past few weeks. This what do you call this thing? Polystyrene paper, you know, this stuff that when you get delivery, sometimes it's wrapped in it, this white crumbly stuff. So he's written notes on it, wrote a song on it with lots of kisses and love hearts, and quite big as well in the shape of a person. So and he stuck it all together with glue, a real project. So proud of him. It was so nice to wake up to that. So that's what I've been doing. Hopefully when things are okay, it would be good to when you can actually go out as a group, get some friends over and go around and have a meal or something, just something small. Styrofoam, that's the one. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Polystyrene. Oh, never mind. So yeah, that was very sweet of him. Okay. If there's no comments, we've been here for half an hour. It always goes quick. It always goes quick. I think I've got to all the comments. Yeah, I think I got to all the comments already. Yeah, I think I got them all. So did everyone have a good Christmas? Did you do anything good? Anything nice? Are you celebrating? Are you not? Are you over the witness perspective on that? For me, I think I have a video that I talk about this separately. For me, it's just a time to spend with loved ones, you know, with friends, not necessarily because of any Christ or anything like that, but yeah, just some time to be with loved ones. COVID restrictions. Where are you, Jane? Are you what country are you in? Hopefully you've not told me before and I just forgot. If it is, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I think different places have different levels of restrictions. So here we were allowed one day to meet with up to 3 households for that day. Up to 3 households, separate from your normal bubble. Oh, you are in Germany. Okay, yeah. So you know we are not far off then. Yeah, things were going well there. I don't know what are things like now. We seem to be finding these new strains here. So I think we might have things toughen up soon. But yeah, just for that one day, we're allowed up to three households. We will see what the impact of that is, you know, in a few weeks' time, see if it was a completely terrible idea or not, once we get past all this. But you know, hopefully we're coming out the back end of it. I don't want to finish this live on that note. You know, I want to finish it on a high note if possible, and just let's wrap things up. Let's wrap things up. But thanks everyone who is on here. Like I said, hopefully it's been a good season for you, whether you're celebrating or not celebrating, but at least time to wind down, to relax. I want to use this live to thank everyone who has watched any video, commented, liked since, was it February or March when I started to upload videos, you know, and it's been lovely to have all of the support. I think I probably have one of the most positive group of subscribers, honestly. It's always really encouraging. And when I talk about this, I think of how therapeutic it has been to have a space to talk about things like this, things that people in my day-to-day life might not necessarily understand it if they don't have a history of being in a place like this. So really, I just want to thank everyone who has watched, liked, commented, shared. It has been a blast. It has been a blast this year to grow something here. And as I continue the process of moving on and moving along, you know, like we've talked about, we don't want to stay in the I just left, but sort of moving on and share more on, you know, the life after and how rewarding that can be. I hope you will come along as well for the ride and see what's possible on this end, and hopefully inspire you to do whatever it is you want to do as you leave, because there is so much more to do. So, but sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I think there might be some friends in here, even some people that have been consistent and here. And if this has helped in any way, any of the videos, whether it's the ones on doctrine, the ones on live afterwards, any of the live streams, if it helps in any way, please let me know. You know, it's encouraging to hear. Okay, was there anything else? I think that's about it. Yes, Jean, I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't. I mean, early indications show that the vaccine that is already out will potentially be effective for these new strains as well. So as the vaccination gets rolled out, hopefully we'll get closer and closer to all of these restrictions being lifted. And we can, I don't want to necessarily say go back to what things were, but, you know, have a new normal that doesn't feel as crazy. That doesn't feel as crazy. Yeah, there are 3 days. Is it 3 days or so left in this year? No, there's 4 days actually. 4 days left. I hope the rest of it goes absolutely swimmingly well as you usher in the new year. Well done to all of us that are making it and have made it so far. It's been a testing year, but we're almost at the end, and there's something about turning a new chapter that I hope brings a feeling of relief, however real or not. But hopefully it'll feel like the turning of a page, and everyone stays well and keeps well. Okay, right. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go finish this now and reflect out the last of the birthday. We are officially 31. I can't believe, I can't wait for 35 and 40 and whatever else comes into that, because you know, the freedom, the everything that comes from that, it can only get better. It can only get better, and they've been able to explore everything that comes with that. So before I get off another tangent, have a good rest of the day, everyone, and I'll speak to you on the next one.